Learn about the indie artist from the indie artist.
Well, I'm Janaki. I'm an artist.
Well, my name is Lauren, as you already said. I am a singer-songwriter.
So I'm Hall Pems. I originally come from the Caribbean, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
My name is Brian Doucette. I'm an East Coast Canadian rocker.
And then I found myself in Las Vegas, where I'm at currently, for dancing for Cirque du Soleil with my own solo.
But also learn from music industry professionals.
I'm a music producer. I've been producing professionally for about 14 years. I have worked with a couple people in the industry, Grammy nominated Trev Rich, Nisha from 702.
After I got my deal with Universal Music, after the Alicia Keys and Gunna record and many other that I've done, and then Alicia Keys was the #1 adult R&B song of the year.
I asked the questions.
That's a great question.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Ooh, that is a good question.
Wow. I love all these questions. These are great. Like most of the questions that I get are like, tell me about Justin Bieber. It's like...
Indie Artist Music Hustle is for the indie artists, their fans, industry professionals, and the music lover. Subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, or the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, or Blonde Intelligence Facebook page. Don't forget to add me to your playlist. Bye.
It's been really fun, especially talking to someone across the pond. That's cool.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's rendition of Blonde Intelligence, where I always seek to give you exquisite cranial repertoire. This week, we have a special guest, Mr. Kodi Phunkiefoot Owens, the owner of Studio 22 and Phunkiefoot Productions. Tell everyone hello.
Hey, what's happening, y'all?
Hi. So tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, I've been, I came with an interest in music from pots and pans, watching BT bands way back, when I was young. And, I did get in band, junior high through high school. But the interest is like, I didn't know that I was going to be producing. I just had that love for music. And it transferred over once me and my brother used to rap on cassette tapes, and I would make beats with a little Casio keyboard, actually I didn't know how to make beats, but then once I learned, I was like, oh, that's what you got to do. It went from there. It was just a run on with it, with recording and doing it. Really, it was the thing about us. We were recording, we were doing stuff on instrumentals first, but then we sent something to Master P them. And they was like, y'all gotta have your own beats. And it came from there,
So what instrument did you play, since you told me that you were in the band?
French horn. Yeah, I played French horn, but I wanted to play drums, though.
You wanted to play drums. So how do you play drums? Now?
I play them with the MPC and on the beats, So yeah, still got the drums, I made it to the drums, but just not on the field.
Okay. So tell me this. I know that you are a new entrepreneur, although you've been in the game for a long time. What made you make the transition from having a home studio to having a professional studio?
Well, I want to get it all the way business, and I want to be on the map official so we can do work with other artists from other places, and for Pine Bluff to have a central station, basically for everybody to come, It's starting right now. We're still in the beginning. It's just me over here right now, but I have a gang of artists, that deal with me through over here, and we're gonna have the producers too. So, the goal is to have this one area, the one-stop shop for you if you want to deal with artists, you coming over here, whether it be in this studio or another studio. Right now I got one studio, but I'm actually in the second room, so we're gonna have two studios.
Okay. So tell me, how did you come up with the name for the studio? Because I have always known you as Phunkiefoot Productions. So tell me the difference between Studio 22 and Phunkiefoot Productions.
Well, Phunkiefoot works at Studio 22, and Studio 22 came from the suite number being 22. So I just rolled with, the name of the suite. That way it'll be easy for them to find. It's Studio 22, number 22. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, it just help on location. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, what do you hope to accomplish? I mean, are you looking just to work with independent artists? Are you looking to be a multi-platinum producer? Are you looking to be Grammy Award winning? What are you doing? What goals do you have, and what are you doing to reach those goals?
Yeah, I definitely want to get a, plaque, Grammy, trying to work for all of that, you know what I'm saying? And, the recognition, and everything, the credentials. But I still, want to work with the locals, you know what I'm saying? Talk to, reach the youth, you know what I'm saying? Like keep them out the streets, you know what I'm saying? Because studio does keep people out the street, and it help curb violence a lot, you know what I'm saying? Especially having that outlet to do music. So, and at the same time, a lot of talent is right there with the music. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a two-sided thing. It give them, once they see they can make some money off of it, because that's what I want to get a market going to where people paying for, people for verses, whether it's $50 or $100, just you paying for, people being able to actually eat off of what you do, you know what I'm saying? And beats everything, just, a whole market around here, starting in Pine Bluff, but, just going from Little Rock to Pine Bluff, the whole nine, just, in Arkansas, period, us having a market to where we have our own place where we can make money, even though we still will have to go into other markets to make bigger money or more serious money. But you will be able to eat off of what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And so people can take it a little more serious, because that's the thing why people don't take it serious, because they still have to have a job or whatever to do.
Well, it sounds like what you're saying to me is you just got to the point where if you're going to do this, you have to be able to capitalize off of it, and you want a professional stance on it.
Yes, yeah, all the way.
Okay, so I know you told me about your team. Tell me who your production team consists of.
Well, the production team right now is me, and then I do have like an assistant, Trees Beats, you know what I'm saying? And I work with Soldier Pine Production, you know what I'm saying? He just left, but he's in Iowa right now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm close, like Game of Booming and Big J, they're like just a call away, you know what I'm saying? So we even though a lot of people might not know it, but we all know each other, and we do talk. We might not talk every day, you know what I'm saying? But we can call each other if we need something.
That's how it is in the business. You can't talk every day, because sometimes you get busy on other projects and everything. And I know being in the studio, you might have to be in the studio 12, 13, 14 hours. And people think you acting funny because you're not answering the phone, when you're actually just in the stage of trying to perfect your craft.
Yeah. Staying busy, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing about it. Do stay busy. And there's a lot of artists that's actually working here, you know what I'm saying?
So tell me, why do you think that hip hop really hasn't recognized Arkansas the way they should?
Well, on a all the way professional stance, it's because we have to have the projects that's official, as far as all the way, from top to bottom, not just the song itself, but you have to own the music, you know what I'm saying? So it's been a big wave of YouTube music going, and which is nothing wrong with it, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some marketing schemes behind it, but that keeps the recognition from being all the way to the top, because they can't do nothing with it. Actually, the big businesses can't do business with it, because they, without ownership, it's not really yours. So that's the push that we're on.
Tell me this. I know a lot of times your social media following is the major thing when dealing with major record labels. How important do you feel social media is to an actual producer?
Social media now is it's the way of life. You know what I'm saying? I even had to adjust a little bit. I still haven't made the full jump. You know what I'm saying? Because I came from being exclusive to where when your song comes out, it's your song, then the beat come out. You know what I'm saying? So that make it more exclusive for your song. And when people hear that beat, they're gonna know it as your song. But
so tell me this: how long did it take you from deciding to getting a business plan together to actually getting your suite for your studio and getting all the equipment that you want, everything from the moment that you decided I have to take this to another level up until now? How long did that take you? How much sweat equity did you put in? How much time did you spend to put toward I have to be in success?
But I can say it took years, you know what I'm saying? Like for it's years. This is years of progress. It's over 20 years exactly, right on 20 years right now. But I say these last 3 years, and then after my mom passed, that was the moment that said, you know what, life is a little short. You know what I'm saying? You got to go ahead and we're gonna go for it. We got to mash the gas and go and shoot for the goal up high. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be official with it at the same time, because that's our thing. We can be doing it all our life, and really be doing this and doing that. You can make a lot of money actually, but without being official, then to be on the map, like you look it up on Google, it's on the map. You know what I'm saying? So we want to be official business, paying taxes, you know what I'm saying, to be able to get some of the benefits of doing it, you know what I'm saying? Because some of the benefits you can't get without being official, having the tax ID. That's just one thing about it. And, and like I say, that central location is big, and is, getting away from the house. It took a little bit of mind power, I can say, because doing it at the house, it was comfortable. Everything was good. But I'm glad I made that decision to go ahead and step out the house to get a more professional environment. So when people come in, they treat it as a professional environment. Or when you into the studio, you have that real studio feeling because you are in the studio, not in the house.
Mm-hmm. So tell me this: with you being I'm not going to say new, I'm going to say a transitioning entrepreneur, how has COVID-19 affected your business?
For the first part, it actually didn't. I had to until they had the curfew around here, where it kind of curved the business a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I was surprised that the COVID, really didn't do anything to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't affect it that much. Maybe when it first started, it may have halted things a little bit, but after that, it picked up, you know what I'm saying, because people don't have anything to do. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I was going to ask you. So you didn't, with COVID, I was saying with having a studio, it was only the restrictions were 10 or less people, 5 or less people, however they wanted to do it. And I just, from what I could see, and because I work as a tastemaker too, reviewing music, and it seemed like when COVID hit, that more reviews came in, that more music was being produced, that more people was coming out with releases. I mean, it was like everybody was on the same mindset of, if I'm going to do music, I got to get something done now. So do you think that when I said how did it affect your business, not necessarily how did it affect the money? I mean, how did it affect your motivation?
Oh, it actually generated more motivation, because if there's no better time to do it, it's now, because you have an audience actually on the social media, on the platforms watching it, versus the only time they were watching it was when they were leaving work. So now with people forced, in such a way to be at home, and they're on their phones or on the computers or on whatever device they got, they are there to watch. And now all you got to do is provide them some kind of content and you can get those views. It's a little bit easy to get out. I got to say, this is the time to be a musician. You know what I'm saying? But you do have to take it serious. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it, and navigate your way to the right thing to get the money out of it, because the views are there. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do the right paperwork and the right background to capitalize fully.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so tell me this: did you see a spike with the clients that you work with in songs about the Black Lives Matter movement, police brutality, injustices, all those things like that? Did you see an increase with the people that you work with in those types of compositions?
Well, we actually, after when that whole thing happened here in the city, a couple artists, a nice amount of artists, we gathered. Right now, we're in the process of finishing up an album that we're doing for the Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I'm saying? We got some good content for it. You know what I'm saying? So
who all on it?
You got Grip De Niro.
Why you gonna forget somebody? Let's see.
If I forget somebody, because I might not know their name all the way, but I got, we even record them. I got their name. So you got Obafemi, and then you got Tadario, Deity, Just Rome, Black Trump, of course me. It's a guy named Cedric Adams. It's a lot of talent. Melody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of Pine Bluff, and we got Damien Dimension. He actually played some live sax on track. You know what I'm saying, that we worked on, and so it's a host of artists on it, all Pine Bluff. You know what I'm saying? And the thing we're doing now is getting on the closing end. We still, I say midway. You know what I'm saying? Because the summer kind of affected a little bit. People had to take a couple trips or whatever. But it's gonna be worth the wait. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be worth the wait. And it's really a Black Lives Movement thing. But as far as in the city, it people were still getting killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was still black on black crime going on every week right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the work that we're trying to do, is to get the change into our community. Because the youth, they still on the same thing right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I still, they haven't done anything on their part, but because it's not about them hearing the Black Lives Movement, it's about what's going on in life right now. And life is still the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, are you originally from Pine Bluff?
Yes, yeah, I'm born and raised.
Okay, well, I'm not originally from Pine Bluff. But when I chose to move to Pine Bluff, I actually chose to move to Pine Bluff because it was predominantly Black. And I felt like it would be a good place to raise sons because I wouldn't have to worry about police brutality. So I lived in Pine Bluff for several years, and Pine Bluff is a bad rep, but Pine Bluff is actually really pretty. So what do you think about all the good things that Pine Bluff has done that they don't get recognition for? Because if you're from Pine Bluff and you were in the band, what band were you in?
I was in Pine Bluff High Band. Jack Roby, definitely.
Okay, and Jack Roby is known for what? For
dancing and putting on the show. Mr. Mack had us back in the day. It was a lot of people in band, and you know what I'm saying. That musicianship actually transferred around. Like a lot of the people from that era still doing music now. Those were the birth of a lot of musicians. You know what I'm saying? So band does carry on into the music industry. You know what I'm saying? But that was a big motivation, and that was a big part of the musicianship. Is coming to
Pine Bluff is not really known for music, but it is known for music. I mean, if you look at the historical concepts of being in the Delta and the Juneteenth and the everything, it's like Pine Bluff is really like the music hub for Arkansas. And it's not getting the recognition that it needs. So I think that you're doing a great thing by having something legitimate for the actual talent, especially in this area, because we have in Pine Bluff, like I said, Jack Roby. You have the UAPB M4 Marching Band. I mean, who the hell else get down like that?
Yeah. And UAPB, they was in the president, in Obama parade. They did the thing, and back when I was in there, we was just talking to
talented. It's actually talent, real talent.
Yeah, it is. You got to think now. Smokey Norfolk, also from Pine Bluff. You know what I'm saying? And you know what he did over in gospel. You know what I'm saying? So, but knowing Smokey, not knowing, that he was going to be in the music industry, but just knowing Smokey back then, how he used to play at the churches. I mean, when he got in the music industry, I mean, it was almost like a no-duh type of thing that he was, I just, you wouldn't think it though. You would think that everybody else.
Let something else slip. Yeah. So, you were a musician at church?
I wasn't a musician like playing because I still can't play the piano, keyboard like that. But I can, I just know music. And I did the drums. What I did at my church is I played the drums on my MPC. I used to have an MPC, and on my keyboard, I played the drums on there for the choir. So yeah, I did. Being in the South, especially my age, grandma ain't let you stay at the house. You know what I'm saying? So you was going to church. You know what I'm saying? Or you weren't going.
You gonna get over there and beat them drums, boy.
Hey, you better get out there bed, or y'all ain't going nowhere. Hey.
Next in the back of the head, you better get over there and beat them drums. That's what they say, beat them drums.
Yeah, or next week you can't go to the mall because y'all ain't go to church.
Yeah. And what else they do? Go out and stay out all night long. Sunday morning, you getting up going to church. So, if there was, I know a lot of people are asked in an interview, if there was any artist, dead or alive, you can work with, I'm not going to ask you that. If there was any female artist that you can work with, whether you, I'm gonna say, any female artist from the Love and Hip Hop franchise. Which artist do you think that you could match well with and make a star?
It's like I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't watch a lot of TV because I be in the studio that much. I ain't gonna lie now. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch a lot of TV.
Okay, but you have a concept of who on what now. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, I can just say any one of them that's doing, because I seen Cardi B, which I came from before she was a musician. That's when I was, kind of in, when I was seeing at least some episodes, and it was like, if she be rapping, she probably be some boom, but she rapping and look at her, you know what I'm saying? So it's, I don't know exactly who on there right now, but
it don't have to be right now. It's any time.
Oh, I mean, like now Candy, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though she do her thing, but it's like I want to work with everybody. So it's like
you can just put that woman in a whole nother show.
Oh, hey, see, well, see what I'm saying? Hey, that's why I say, like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm probably one person that the most screen that I watch is the music screen. You know what I'm saying, on my computer. I really literally be in front of that all the time. Like, I haven't watched TV in years. You know what I'm saying? Probably since I say 2015, maybe.
Well, how you know what's going on?
Through YouTube. I get news.
You're an avid YouTube watcher.
Yeah, I'm an avid YouTube watcher because I watch a lot of, I like to get informed on things, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always looking up tutorial type thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn all the time because that's the way, right now, that's the way of the world. You know what I'm saying? The way of the world is we got everything at our fingertip and they showing you how to do it right there.
So tell me this, before COVID, what are some of the music conferences and events that you have attended, and which ones that you felt was the most beneficial?
Well, back in 2008, I went to the Source Awards. I mean, not wait a minute. it was in Houston. I think it was the Source Award, but the whatever awards that was down, I don't want to be wrong by saying it's the Source, but it seemed like it was the Source Award. And that, to me, that was a big experience, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to meet a lot of different artists, Bushwick Bill, Rest in Love, and Shorty Low, you know what I'm saying? Rest in Love, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of, you know what I'm saying? We met a lot of artists in their hotel, you know what I'm saying? Being up there. I want to say we was on the floor with Too Short, it seemed like, but I don't think we got to meet him. We just seen a lot of girls, you know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, they was there, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people there. And DJ Drama, I met him outside, and you know, it's just a lot of different. It was a lot of different artists, but at this point in time, this was before everybody was super famous. So you know, they were famous, but you know, it was, you know, that was probably right at the beginning of a big rise for a lot of them, and we actually met a lot of them right there. You know what I'm saying? So that was, to me, that was a fun experience, seeing all the Maseratis and Ferraris, you know, foreigns all outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a nice experience.
Okay. Well, tell me this. What do we have to look forward to immediately from Phunkiefoot?
Right now, other than the project that we're working on, Change the Narrative, with the Pine Bluff various artists, I work with Just Rome. And Just Rome has, you know, right now he has a song, No Tent. I have a couple features with different artists out right now with Prophet X. And but other than that, you know, he got a lot of upcoming music, you know what I'm saying? An album that's coming that's gonna really make a lot of noise, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, on making noise is promotion. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it. Taking the you know, the initiative to promote and, you know, going to different avenues and promoting on a bigger scale, you know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. And we got a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? Because Black Trump, he got some work, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of artists got work. Quiz, he got some work that's coming that's really going to change and, you know, probably open some ears because, you know, this time he's talking to the youth, you know what I'm saying? And he got some good uplifting music, you know what I'm saying? Or at least wisening up, you know what I'm saying? Some wisening up music. I got one other person to mention, and you know, which is kind of big too. Trail G, who works for Empire Records, you know what I'm saying? He has an upcoming project about to release pretty soon that, you know, that is gonna catch ears, and we're doing some work with him too, you know what I'm saying? He's a producer and he's from Pine Bluff, you know what I'm saying? So that's just a big thing that I had to say that, even though he's not right here, I talk to him, you know, almost every day, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and he's been what's been keeping me, you know, on the go, and, you know what I'm saying, like testing me out, making me, you know, try different things, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to say that because that's a big influence, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add?
Well, let me see. No, but other than that, right now, that as I can think of, you know what I'm saying, that's about the biggest thing that actually that I'm doing, that even though, you know, it's not my project or anything like that, but that's something that I'm involved on. I'm doing some of the music on his project. So so whenever it does come out, that'll be something that
you know the name of the project?
No, I don't know the name of it yet. You know what I'm saying? Not the name of it yet, but
you know the name of the
whenever it comes,
project?
it will be big. Okay,
you don't know a release date?
No, because we still working on it. You know what I'm saying? We're still working on releases. You know, he's trying to get a couple more features. You know what I'm saying? With a couple more artists from here. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing about it. You know, that's something that a lot of people in Arkansas really don't know, that we have a major artist on a label on a major label right now. You know what I'm saying? But, and he produces, but you know, it's kind of one of those hidden jewels.
Okay. All right. So tell everybody where, if they need to contact you for studio time, where they need to find you at, where they can find you on social media, how they can hit you up. Plug yourself. All right. On social media, it's on Facebook. It's Kodi Phunkiefoot Owens, and spell it.
PH.
Because I spell it wrong.
Yeah, I got a Phunkee and on Gmail, I do a lot through Gmail. On some of the on Instagram, it's the same thing, but it's like harder to receive. I probably don't check it as much, but you can hit me on Gmail with Phunkiefoot at Gmail or Foot Funky at Gmail. Spelled the same way, Funky Phunkee and Phoot. You can swap it around. You're still gonna get to me. Foot Funky or Phunkiefoot at Gmail. That's the best way to reach, and I can get back with you because that's gonna definitely show up on my screen, and I will be able to contact you back.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want everybody to know about Mr. Phunkiefoot?
Oh, you can catch it at Studio 22, which is 1210 South Cherry Street in Pine Bluff, Suite 22. But it's actually on Linden Street side. The address is just on Cherry Street. So that confuse a lot of people. When I send them the address, I always make sure that I tell them on Linden Street side because you'll never find it on Cherry Street side. It's not a 22 over there. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you can come find me. And when you come, we're ready to work. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, y'all heard it here. He got a couple new projects coming up. If you need to work, he ready to work. And this will conclude this episode of Blonde Intelligence.
Hey, girl, let me tell you about this podcast. Girl, everybody has a podcast these days. But this one interviews new and interesting indie artists. It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence. Really? Where can I find it? It's on all podcasting platforms, streams live on social media, and on rpentradio.com. What'd you say it was called again? It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence. Girl, I'm gonna have to check her out. Give it a check, girl.